Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. Sampler V series V's I do for a little while now. Go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat the stuff, I drink stuff. Then, folks, I'm gonna talk about stuff. I'm gonna let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not gonna lie. Does Pizza Hut have a competitor? We'll get into that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside the truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I am wearing a super cool shirt. And folks, remember super cool shirts? I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing today, folks? Well, it's my Seven Dust shirt that I got just a couple days ago at a concert. If you watch my channel, you know, man, I go to a lot of shows and stuff. I'm a big fan of live music, and when Static X announced last year in 2023 that they were going to be going on tour with Seven Dust, I was like, oh, that'd be cool. I love Static X. I've seen them a few times. I haven't seen Seven Dust in over a decade, so that'd be cool, you know, super cool. Plus, they had a couple of other cool bands. But originally, they didn't have a Chicago date. They actually added on an entire second leg of the tour. And thankfully, Chicago is included in that. So I got to see him perform live, as well as Static X, Dope, Lines of Loyalty. All the bands were fantastic. I picked up some cool merch. I even got some cool videos of the performances. Those videos are also on this channel because I do post up that stuff there as well. Anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Well, like I said, I mentioned Pizza Hut a little bit ago, just because when you think Pizza Hut, I mean, Pizza Hut has definitely fallen from grace pretty substantially. You know, they used to be the pizza place in America, you know, at least in terms of fast food pizza. But these days, they're a little bit more middling. And everybody's kind of taking a bite, including, potentially, boom, Little Caesars! I just got through reviewing some garlic parmesan wings from Little Caesars. Go watch that review. This is a particular item that I just became aware of and was like, okay, I have to try it. Because, what am I reviewing from Little Caesars, folks? And then we're going to do this. Oh, God. We're not going to spill the whole thing on ourselves. It's a pepperoni pizza, but it's not just any pepperoni pizza. It's stuffed crust pepperoni pizza. Yeah! So, you know, if you're old enough to know, Pizza Hut invented stuffed crust back in the day, and to be honest, folks, it was pretty much the pinnacle of human civilization at that point in time. Everything was going to be great. We were all going to be millionaires. The internet wasn't scary yet, you know. It was just, well, I mean, it was, you know, they had the Sandra Bullock movie, The Net. Boy, I wonder how that movie holds up today. But yeah, man, Pizza Hut was on top, and they were like, boom, stuffed crust. Now even Little Caesars offers stuffed crust pizza. And I knew I had to go over there and try it. So, let's go ahead. Little Caesars is not very impressive pizza. But, let's try the pizza first, then we'll do the stuffed crust, right? Right. Mildly adequate. Little Caesars, you know, they're good for the price, to be fair. I was going to say a little bit salty, but then it's like, oh wait, that's right, pepperoni. So, I mean, their pizza's okay. It's really nothing all that special. It's not particularly melty or wonderful, but it does cost a good deal less than your Pizza Huts and your Domino's. And on top of that, you can go get like hot and ready pizzas. You know, you don't always have to wait. Little Caesars knows their lane. But with them going over there and entering into the stuffed crust, like I said, that might be them chomping at Pizza Hut's bit a little bit. You know, they might be smelling blood in the water. So, let's go ahead, let's try out some stuffed crust. Back in the day, that was the whole debate when stuffed crust first came out. Do you eat it from the back or do you eat it from the front? You eat it from the front, you fucking psychos. Okay, yes, you want to get to the stuffed crust. That's the end game. But that's the key. It's the end game. It's a reward for eating not that great pizza. crust is nice and crispy. Mmm. Mmm. Well, say what you will about Pizza Hut and their fall from grace. It's definitely a very real thing. I don't think they have a lot in the way of to fear from the stuffed crust from Little Caesars, if I'm being honest. Nothing about this whole experience that I've partaken in that you're in the process of viewing has been anything exceptional, and the stuffed crust definitely reflects that. It's fine. Like I said, I like the crispiness of the crust. Um, it tastes like a bargain version of what Pizza Hut offers. It just does. It doesn't feel like it has as much cheese. It doesn't, it doesn't have the same impact. It took me a little while to really get to like that, nice cheesy flavor. Whereas with Pizza Hut, I mean, to be fair, I haven't had Pizza Hut in a little while, but you bite into that stuffed crust, man, you're getting it. You're getting it, you're tasting it. It's the highlight. In this, it just feels almost like an accent, to the whole thing. It's not really anything that makes it feel particularly special. It's just a way to make the crust a little bit more tolerable. Yeah, I mean, overall, it's not bad, but I think, yeah, it's like I said, it just, Little Caesars, they know that they're discount pizza. That's what they do. They're not trying to really actively compete against, at least not in terms of, like a quality type of thing, which is weird to say when you think about Pizza Hut and Domino's and shit. But yeah, this one I don't think is one of their better items. Like I like they did like a stuffed crust or like a stuffed crust like calzone thing. I reviewed a couple of those, and both of those I liked. I thought those were good. With this one, it feels as mediocre as the rest of the pizza. But two questions have to be asked: would I get it again? Would I recommend it? No, and probably not. I think for me, if I'm gonna do stuffed crust, I'm gonna go to Pizza Hut for it. I think that they do it the best, at least in terms of again like the more fast food kind of pizza places. They developed it, they perfected it. It's been one of their signatures for a long time. You are gonna pay more, to be fair, but in that instance, especially for me, if I'm going for stuffed crust, I want to relive some nostalgia. That's why I'm going to Pizza Hut. Not because it's particularly amazing pizza, but I want to harken back to simpler times, that kind of thing. This does not harken back to those times. It just makes me think, man, if I was a kid and I'd been eating this instead of stuffed crust from Pizza Hut, I'd have been a much more pissed off kid. So I think for me, yeah, there's no way. As far as anybody else is concerned, I mean, look, if you're going to Little Caesars anyway and that's what you're doing, it's not a horrible option, though I will say I think there's better stuff from Little Caesars. And I don't know, man. I just think there's better options available. It's not terrible or anything, but I think if you want stuffed crust, just get some Pizza Hut. That's just me. Anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, stupendous rest of the year. Folks, go over their episodes of truly proper stuffed crust-tastic rest of your life. Because again, Pizza Hut, not at the top of their game anymore, but, again, there's still a little love. Still a little love. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do can't do all the time. I know I can't do all the time. Here's what you do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes. And we can't always remember back fondly upon the 90s because some of you might not have even been alive during the 90s. And, again, think back to those supposedly simpler times, even though realistically, in many instances, they weren't simpler. We were just young and weren't being burdened with the same level of stress and bullshit that we are as adults. But anyway, when we do have to deal with those situations, take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, what's your favorite stuffed crust pizza? I mean, you know, Little Caesars, I think, at least as far as I know, they're relatively early into the game here, or relatively late into the game here. I think DiGiorno and a number of the, you know, like the frozen pizza brands, they've had it for a while now. You know, I don't think Sarpino's offers it. Sarpino's. I've reviewed some stuff from Sarpino's, by the way. Go look up those reviews if you're interested. I don't think Sarpino's ever officially has made stuffed crust, at least as far as I'm aware. But at one point in time, I did work with a coworker who was one of the people who made their pizzas there, and he would go over there and make custom stuffed crust pizzas, which was pretty neat. But yeah, do you have a personal favorite, or do you just avoid stuffed crust altogether? Do you just prefer, you know, the classic style? Of course, you have like tavern style, deep dish, you know, what have you. Anyway, bye.